Welcome back to the Grace and Grit Podcast, episode 4.
Yep.
I'm here with my co-host. I can get your name right, I'm sorry.
Ryman.
Ryman.
Hello, everyone. And I'm
AKA
here
Raymond.
with Aurora.
I don't have a nickname.
It's all right.
It's okay.
We'll give you one eventually.
need one.
Maybe one of the viewers, if they have a good nickname. We'll see what they come up with.
Viewers can be
A little bit
explicitly creative.
Aggressive, but it's okay. So what are we talking about this episode?
We're talking about self-improvement as it is 2026, the new year, January. We're here to improve ourselves and to get you guys ready within your feminine, masculine energies, be able to receive and to give, depending on the energies that you are in.
Yeah, if one of your resolutions is to find a partner, listen up, guys. Women don't want someone that doesn't know what they're doing, and men don't want someone that also doesn't know what they're doing.
Don't worry, they're all eating grapes under tables. So
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's fine. It's fine. I got my grapes. No. The prices of grapes, astronomical.
I think that's how you can tell. Eggs are how you can tell the economy is fucked in terms of prices, because eggs are usually a good indicator on
What about grapes?
grapes.
Charging way too much for grapes right now.
You like grapes? You eat a lot of grapes?
I do actually. I very do like grapes.
Interesting.
Grapes, oranges. I'm a fruit person. Anyways, back on hand.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the art of giving and receiving. So, typically assigned with the energies.
Yeah.
Masculine gives, feminine receives.
Receives.
What is your kind of take on that?
So I think we can talk about this in 3 different categories. The physical sense. We can talk about this all. You're already smiling. The physical sense. We can talk about it in the emotional sense.
Yep.
And I think we could talk about it in just like a mental sense as well of giving and receiving. So I'll start off with the obvious one, physical. And it's that sense of, obviously we've talked about how a relationship isn't a 50-50. It goes back and forth. So when two people,
episode 3.
yeah, that was 2025.
2025,
Pretty
guys.
crazy.
All right, let's go back to this.
But it's that sense of the physical where men have needs. I think we all know this. Men have needs. Women also have needs. It goes back and forth on how comfortable you are with the person you're with. Obviously, if you're with someone, you're comfortable with them in the physical sense, where you don't. I guess for women, it's that sense of danger. It's like, I feel comfortable around this guy. That's why they're with them. They know they wouldn't do anything wrong towards them. So when it comes to the act of physical giving and receiving, not just sex and intimacy, but it can also go with taking care of your girl and vice versa. Where, for example, this is just a pretty conservative example, but the guy is the breadwinner and he's working. The job there is to make money to take home for his wife or girlfriend, and they're living together, whatever it may be. And she is basically receiving, again, it does go back to masculine and feminine energy, where the woman's receiving all these things and the man is giving. It goes back to the duty of a man, where it's like, your job is to make the people around you happy, make content, have everything they need, which is important. So that's why I'm not just saying physical in the sex and intimacy part, but also in doing your job as a man, and in some sense doing your job as a woman as well. So if you are staying home and, let's say you live in a condo and you're with your boyfriend or husband, technically the job there would be to be at home, take care of the house. That's just what it is. And as the man, you're giving her whatever she wants, whether it's, I don't know, a Gucci bag or just whatever she wants. That's the whole mission, is to make your wife happy in the end of all things.
Well, I feel like with like the masculine energy, I feel like you guys feel value when you guys give, because it shows that you guys are providers, that you're competent, that you can do these things even without being asked.
Yeah.
The most sexiest thing is when a guy just does something without you having to ask. It's just, I think it's the same thing for guys.
Yeah.
When, you come home and a woman does something, that.
Like, okay, like you're working all day, she has dinner ready or something. Or she goes.
Massage. That's the first thing that came to my head, but I'm like, do I want to say that?
No, but it's in that sense where, I agree with you, where it's just doing things without having to ask, because you know the person so well.
Exactly.
And I do agree with what you were saying, where as a man, you feel empowerment and you feel important. I think that's where the status for a man is very important, because that's what gives, it's not even about money. You know, it's the status you have where if the woman can do her best to make that guy have status. And that's where
she amplifies. Actually, that's a really big thing about what it means to receive as a female, right?
Yeah.
Being in your feminine energy, it allows you to receive without feeling guilty about it or shame, right? I feel like what's really misconstrued nowadays is when women feel overly independent, where they have to refuse gifts or refuse help from people that puts them in a masculine energy. And because refusing help is like, by doing it on your own, is not being in your feminine energy. So,
I think, yes, the whole hyper independent women concept, or even if something is holding it. It was like a few weeks ago, I was holding the door for just a bunch of people. And then this one lady is like, oh, you can go. I'm like, oh no, just you're good to go. And she's like, I can, go through the door on my own. I'm like, you can. It's also very cold outside, and I'm just letting people through as I'm leaving.
It's just efficiency, but also it's really kind.
It's also nice. Yeah, it's kind. I'm not here trying to see all the girls and choose a girl to ask her number. I'm like, oh, I held the door for you. No, I'm just doing it because it's a nice thing to do. I feel like
women in like feminine energy, we amplify the energy. We amplify the aura. It's like that same quote, if you give me a house, I'll make you a home. Yeah. It's exactly that. It's like whenever you walk into, I guarantee you right now, you can walk into your bedroom, Bear, Avi, and then as soon as a woman comes in, if you want to share that space with her, it will be completely transformed. Completely.
No, 100%. I think we talked about this. My room is just a bed and a side table. Yeah. That's all it is. I don't care to have anything. If I had a girlfriend, 100% she would probably buy me things and like a poster, or like, this is how you should set up your room, or like a plant, or just something, and then I would put it there. It's like, and then it starts to become more of a home. And I think that's what women do for men, especially moving out or moving to a place with someone, is they do make it a home. Yeah. Sure, I could live in a condo by just having
There would be nothing. There'd be a single nothing. Fork. Just a fork, not even a spoon.
The living room would just have a TV and just a mattress, and that's about it. I'd have one roll of toilet paper in my room in the bathroom.
Actually, you know what? I think that goes up into like what we were talking about today. How like I find a lot of guys, when I'm like, oh, like what's like your like ideal home? Guys always say that they would love to have a shed in the middle of nowhere.
And I gave you the whole
with an axe and
give me an acre of land in like, I don't know, a country in Europe where it's just always sunny. Give me an acre of land.
Europe, I agree with.
With some
everything
like
else.
Animals. Isn't it just better to just get away from it all? Like, sure.
But the thing is, when you're with a woman,
that
would amplify completely.
No, 100%.
No matter where you are, it's like the standard of how you're living gets amplified when she's able to receive that this is here, a bunch of resources, you got the wood for, you got all these, you put this thing up into a structure, and then she makes it a place where it feels welcoming. It feels like a space where you can be creative and explore your own energies. But what is it also to ask? So we have receiving, giving. Yeah. But what about to ask? What energy do you think that's in?
I think it could go both ways. For example,
guys and girls can. Well, I don't know what energy that takes. Because it's like you have to be strong.
You have to be. I would say you have to be comfortable with the person to ask. I don't ask. I'm comfortable with my mom, but I don't ask her to make my lunch, like my meal prep. Sometimes she does it without even me, so I'm like, oh, that's great. Then I do it on my own. But I don't ask for it, and she just gets it done, which is nice because she's like, oh, my son's eating one meal a day, whatever it may be. Here, just, whatever it is. I would say, though, it is probably more feminine.
I think it is more because, like, I can ask you guys for anything. I have asked you guys, and I feel like, how do you feel when I ask you? Like,
no, I feel great. I'm glad she's coming to me, or like even to Tav, because like we're
my
like,
Wi-Fi router's not working.
Yeah, and then you're like, guys, we got to get this up, or like what to do next. And it's like it's great. It's the importance of feeling useful. Men want to feel useful in life.
There we go.
Because let's say if you're living alone forever and you have no one to take care of. Sure, you're working, making money, but you don't feel useful. And for men, they want to provide. That's the whole idea. That's in my sense of what a man, like one of the characteristics is to provide for and be useful. If a man doesn't feel useful, I think that's when it comes to the sense where not going crazy, but it's just you have nothing going on in your life where
it gives you purpose.
It gives you
like
purpose
very
in
big
life.
drive.
Yeah.
It's like taking care of a family, being able to provide in that sense.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the greatest responsibilities ever, being able to provide for your family.
100%.
For both men and female. Like when a guy is able to financially support or be able to have that strong structure in place, it really is a man of a household when they're able to lead your family. But the woman also leads in being supportive, raising the kids, being able to have those values, those beliefs instilled within the family. Like it takes a lot. Like there's a reason why, at least I always call them, mama's boys.
Yeah.
Boys end up feeling really close to their mom. Even the girls in my family, we feel very strongly towards our mom.
100%.
Like it just is a different relationship that they have with a father, guy or girl.
Yeah.
And having that in place, it really does take a village.
It takes a lot. Yeah. And just going back to the point where it's like a man needs to feel useful, even if like the dad, like he has a family, he knows he has to provide. So he'll work the shittiest jobs or work just to make money to provide for, and they'll do it for like the rest of their life or however long need be, because they know that they have this responsibility, or at least good fathers, you know? So it's that sense of men want to feel useful and feel like they need to be needed by a woman. So I think that's the important thing, especially if you're going to look for a relationship or want to be in a relationship. Nowadays, obviously, hyper-independent women don't really, not say look for that, but they're like, oh, I don't need a man, whatever it may be.
I feel like that's so false.
I don't think
that mentality of like having that, like I very do support women feeling strong and and confident within themselves, but there's polarizations of overdoing it, and there needs to be a nice balance between, there is a purpose for every human, there's a purpose for every gender, there's a purpose for all these things, and being able to respect that and acknowledge that when you say I don't need a man, I almost see it as like a disvalue.
Yeah.
Is that even a word? But they understand.
Especially when you get like the hyper feminism, like the really intense part of feminism, where they saw, like I've seen on social media where someone would say like if the world was rid of men, like it would be great. And I'm like, okay, sure. But then you have all these men working in sewers and doing the like really hard, important jobs.
I feel so bad when that's it's like just disvaluing.
And it sucks.
All the work.
It sucks because obviously the average woman nowadays wants a guy who makes 6 figures, but the average person working in construction or whatever it may be, like they're doing such hard work. And I'm obviously doing a trade job before. I'm like, it sucks in terms of it's very difficult, and women walk past or they just talk about this way to like these men that are doing these jobs to help build the economy and all these things. It's just mean. You don't have to say those things. I'm not going around saying, these feminists suck, because like they're women. They have an opinion. Great. I don't agree or disagree with it, whatever it may be, but you don't have to say these things, especially when, like, imagine you're like a construction worker and you're just here, you just scroll TikTok and you see that as you're building a whole condo. I'm like,
and I do recognize that like women can also be in these roles as well.
Yeah,
but I
100%.
feel like you're discrediting.
No, it goes both ways, especially when like men say, it's you're only taking care of the house. It's not that hard. No, it's really difficult. Yeah. It's like these things that men and women talk shit about each other, where it's like, this job, like you're not making six figures, it's not worth it. Why would I want to be with you? And then men talking about women saying, it's just taking care of a house. All you do is just clean and you just sit around all day.
I feel like there's sacrifices on both ends, and that's where unity must come together, where this is what we chose to do. And if there needs to be a lifestyle change because you're not happy with the sacrifice that everyone's making, then there can be a lifestyle change. That's just what's needed in those arguments. But I mean, in my past relationships, I haven't had any arguments or nagging or. Do
you want to talk about how you deal with if you guys need to have a talk?
I do.
Yeah.
It starts with this particular table, actually.
Oh, great. Now I'm here.
No, so basically, in my relationship contract, I have this thing to deal with conflict. So I have never needed to raise my voice or never have raised my voice in a relationship, with someone, and nor have they needed to with me, because we have a structure in place to deal with these conflicts. I think that's really important to talk about that with your partner. So we established that we wanted to have, I call it Switzerland, our third party nation, which is a separate place, not each other's apartments. You know, it's a separate place. It's in this room. And
if you don't know Switzerland, they were neutral in the world wars, so that's why it's a neutral place. I just want to give out that before someone's like, why Switzerland? But
why Switzerland? And we sit down at this table, and after we have some time to separate, and so I actually take some time away because I like to clear my thoughts, like to be able to write down everything and why I'm feeling a particular way. I feel like being able, when you feel that friction's a good word, being able to distinguish why you're feeling these emotions and having that breakdown with yourself, I think that's really important on both ends. So having that time away first to cool, you know, take your time. My partner always suggested that we never go to bed without resolving the situation.
Yeah.
So I, at first, didn't agree with that.
Yeah.
I kind of like sleeping on things because it helps me clear my head more. But I realized that when we are able to sit down and talk like rational human beings, I have my little piece of paper, he has his little piece of paper, and we're able to distinguish everything and why I felt that way in that moment, why he felt that way.
Yeah.
The responses. Literally, a lot of relationships end up ending because of the lack of communication. So when you're able to distinguish how you're going to deal with conflict and keep to that routine and have that neutral zone, it's able to bring so much more empowerment to both ends and to be established a longevity within the relationship.
I think that's important because I know, like, my friend, one of my close friends, he's been with this girl for 8 years, 9 years, I think, almost coming up. And they're both in that sense where she likes to wait a few days and then talk about the certain issue. He wants to talk about right away. And I can see both sides of
I think it's because maybe we have a little bit more like emotional complexity to it because we don't just see it from one lens. I try to see it from his lens, put myself in his shoes, the environment, the whole situation, you know, what could have led up to that, what caused that, what's he thinking, which I know is maybe not the best thing to start assuming.
Yeah.
So having that clear communication, be able to talk about even what I was thinking in that moment really, really helps because I can think of 1,000 things in a millisecond.
Yeah, and then just blurt it all
and then you're
out.
just kind of just like fish.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, I forgot about what I was thinking about. It's like, oh, the argument with my significant other. But no, it's in that sense where I think guys want to get over it, like just get over it. We talk about it, okay, move on. And then women want to go through a whole step-by-step detailed thing of this is why this happened, this led to this.
The details are important.
Yes, but men, I don't think want to talk about the details. That's, I think, where the issue lies, where they just like, let's talk about the overarching issue. Okay, sorry, move on.
No, but the thing is, I think one thing that my exes have appreciated because we have talked about it, because I always worry that I'm giving too much detail or I'm explaining, but the way that I explain it is I explain the meaning behind it because meaning gives intent is a huge part of me and why things happen. And so I'm able to explain the why and the meaning behind it. I feel like that opens up a whole other can of worms, and I know that people do appreciate that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Communication.
Just letting you see my mind.
Exactly.
You know?
You're just, what is she thinking? Which she's thinking a lot all day,
all
every
the time.
day. It's just too much thinking. I'm like, your brain is crazy.
Amazing. But I have two brains. I have two brains.
You have two brains.
I have two brains. I can think very like big, and then I can also think A plus B equals C.
Yeah, which is good. Which is really good. I think.
When I'm with you guys, I'm allowed to have that second brain and be feminine and just like amplify everything. And around other people, A plus B equals C.
That's all right. That was the parking, but it's okay. But no, it was in that sense where even the communication aspect of it, where basically like controlling your emotions, where some people just start yelling at each other when they're in an argument.
Emotionally regulate yourself.
Emotional regulation.
Count to 3 or 5, however many seconds it needs for you to take. That's a good self-improvement thing for this.
In terms of communication, couples just start yelling at each other. And I'm like, why are you yelling? I don't like to yell because of my trauma. But I don't like the hearing yelling as a kid over and over again every night, whatever it may be. It's like, I don't like to yell. So
I think there's also a big difference though between, like, for me, my culture is very loud culture. It's very lively. It's very fun, but you can clearly differentiate a good yell.
No,
even like
100%.
A good laugh.
Like, it's the sense of when your emotions are so high and you're yelling at each other to someone you're supposed to love.
Yeah,
you know?
I know, right?
And you guys are going at it and saying mean things that you probably don't mean, but you're...
That's why as soon as I start feeling a certain way, personally, I stop talking. When I get quiet.
There you go. You just emotionally just exit.
But I think this actually contributes to, like, I was watching a movie, The Materialist, and I had a really big reflection on love and what is love, and, you know, viewing it as a business transaction. And I've always really loved that idea of having, you know, my empire, his empire, and we come together and we're just like to relax. And I was reflecting so much that I called someone, and and I was explaining why I really wanted to explain the intent and why I was reflecting this way, and, you know, and the importance of it. And then you go into his car.
Yeah, and then I just Irish entranced in, and I'm like, sorry, guys.
That didn't stop me, though. I think I really wanted to get it out. I really wanted to explain how much I valued it, and it didn't really matter who heard it, because I just really wanted to speak to him on you know, the importance of it and the intent why, and I think that just shows the emotional value and the complexity that even just a simple movie like The Materialist can invoke within feminine energy.
It was interesting, because I was like, when I got in the car and you were talking to said person, and I was like, I tapped him on the shoulder. I'm like, should I leave?
Oh, you did?
So you guys can talk about it. And then
I told him to drive around the block.
And then he's like, it's okay. And I'm like, okay, because again, it's like you obviously know me, so it's like
I do.
What guys talk about. It's like I keep myself out of it. But obviously I'm in the car, so whatever you guys talked about, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I keep myself...
You put on headphones?
I wish I had no. But I try to...
It was a really good reflection.
No, it was good. Like, what you guys talking? I'm like, okay, that's like...
And then he called me the day after, and he's like, are you okay, bro? Are you good?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure, because I was like, okay, like, it's nothing to do with me, but just to make sure you're okay, because obviously you're just in that mode. But no, it was good.
That emotion.
And because again, like a guy would never do that. If I watch a movie, I would never be like, call someone and be like, oh my God, I just watched the movie, and now
I wasn't even finished the movie.
You wouldn't even finish the movie. There you go. But like, that's interesting, that the fact that a movie got you to that point where you wanted to talk about it and how you feel, which is good.
Yeah.
Because I think for guys, it's most of the time they're just forced into it. Like a guy wouldn't talk about his emotions. But they're just like, when they get to that point where they're just like, I don't know, his girl's like, oh, you never talk to me or never tell me how you feel. It comes to it's the end point where the guy starts talking about how he feels. He'll never take the first step. I don't know if you've seen that. Maybe you have a different experience, but guys don't take the first step to talk about their emotions. In the sense of, okay.
Do you feel like guys are more like stoic?
I would say so. It leads to being,
That's because you guys work such hard.
I think there's a difference between if you understand your emotions and understand yourself, you'll know how to talk to someone about it. Like, I can talk to my mom about, if I went on a date or doing this or whatever it may be, and she's just like, she'll give her input, but again, it's up to me to understand what I feel, how I feel. So in my sense is, yes, it's the whole traditional stoic sense where as a man, you just got to deal with it and figure out yourself. Which I do think is great, because you got to learn how to navigate through life by yourself. Because, again, I think I've told you this before, but your parents are there too late because eventually they pass away.
Yeah.
Your friends are there your parents are there too early. Your friends are there too late. So it really is just you there going through life, because you've been there for yourself your whole life. So it's about learning to navigate. And that's where the whole like providing comes from. It's like, if I can help myself and provide for myself, I can do it for a woman. I can do it for someone else and take care of them. So it leads to the point where I'm not saying disregard your emotions, but in some situations, you as a man just got to be like, okay, I had a shitty day. I'm still going to go to the gym. I'm still going to do what I have to do, whether I have a business and you got to do these things. Just because you feel shitty one day doesn't mean you kind of drop everything and just go cry in a corner. That's
I feel like the emotions, there's a type of aura that females bring around, which can either lead a guy to, I've had guys cry in front of me a lot, actually. Yeah. I feel like it's the type of woman, or even not just like the type, I feel like every woman can tap into this. It is providing this aura. And for example, if a guy is not just coming to you and letting out his emotions, I feel totally comfortable letting a guy know how he can improve himself. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but should I name drop?
No, don't name drop. Just
the same person who I was talking to
yes.
from the car, right? Prior, about like 6 months ago, I called him out on his shit. But it wasn't like in a disrespectful way. It's in a very much like, I care about my friends, and I know from an outsider's view, because, you know, when you're looking at yourself all the time and judging yourself, it's hard to see, right?
Yeah,
but
100%.
I totally just had a one-on-one call with him. I'm like, listen, dude, like this isn't good. Like, I told him that he was being really negative, and he was, you know, there were a lot of things I was just, you know, like saying that, you know, this isn't good, this isn't right for you. And I truly believe that my friends deserve so much better, right? For themselves, for what their standards are. And so being able to identify that and show like this path, I know that he called me back like the very next day, and he's like, I needed that kick in the ass.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, he's always been very straight up with me, like not just straight up, like, but like also like emotional. And it's beautiful because he's able to explain that to me. And
no,
I've called him out multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. He very appreciates it. I think
that's good.
I don't think I've called. No, I called you out once.
Talk about it. I forgot, so just tell me about it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not on live.
Oh, you just okay. I was gonna say just give like.
Remember the party?
Oh yeah. No, see, like that's good.
You're
like,
gonna call. You want me to talk about it?
Well,
no, that's your choice.
If you want that,
I don't talk about.
Okay, well, we won't talk about it.
She don't kiss, no tell.
But yeah, it was that sense. Yes, we talked about it, and I was glad. I'm glad you told me this, which is good because you want to keep your friends accountable for their actions, to not because you want to kick them in the ass, but because you want them to do better and be better, which I think we both agreed on. Yeah. In that sense, we're
I appreciate it too. Like, kick me in the ass.
Yeah.
Too.
No.
Like when you called me yesterday and you're like, yo, like I want to talk about yesterday. I'm like, was I too much? Was it like I wanted you to just like straight out and tell me. Yeah. Like, no. I just want to see if you're okay.
Yeah. And if you were too much, I'd have been like, oh, I was like, why? Did something happen? Whatever it may be. But that's. Like, we're keeping each other accountable, which is great because that's how you grow and that's how you become better.
I think it's good to have friends who keep you accountable.
Yeah, if your friends don't keep you accountable,
that helps towards your self-growth.
If your friends they don't care about you enough. They're not real friends. They don't keep you accountable. Like, if I'm doing dumb shit, or that said person is doing something stupid, or you're doing something stupid, which isn't normal to how you carry yourself, then you wouldn't want this person.
But always do it in private.
Yeah, don't call them out in public. That's just mean.
Then they're really not your friends.
Then it's like that's when you like
that's when you're like
that's when you're doing it for attention and not to actually care about the person and grow.
Yo.
Boom.
Wow.
Come on.
Thank you.
Right?
It's or even ganging up on someone where you have like two.
That's fucked up.
Petty.
It's like, if you actually care about the person, do it in a private setting where it's understanding. Start off with,
don't talk behind someone's back to that person directly.
And that's one of the main things that a lot of people do nowadays, is a lot of back talking, which is like going to another friend and being like,
then they're not friends.
This person did this and that. And I'm like, why do they do this? I'm like, why didn't you just go talk to that person and ask them why they did what they did?
I heard from a bird of a feather.
Exactly. I heard from a little birdie.
This happened and you did this, and I just wanted to see,
why you did it. Why didn't you come to me first? That's okay. I don't know why that keeps happening, but it was interesting though, like you bringing this up, and I'm like, very interesting. That's good though. That's
after this I have more to tell you about that.
Okay, that'll be fun.
I'm excited.
Excited, guys.
The after party of the podcast.
Well, do you know what a Patreon is?
Explain.
It's Patreon's like a website where it's like basically when you have enough big of a following, people can pay a monthly subscription to kind of hear just behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, to drop
the tea. That's what we gotta eventually lead to.
I feel like we keep on doing this every podcast. We're like, yo, after the podcast.
And they're just like, what the fuck?
Cliffhangers.
Just cliffhanger. It's okay. Once we get the Patreon up, then we'll lead to that. But I did want to stick to the subject of like the stoic part, where basically the whole like men thing, because I think for the people watching, women, I've heard a lot of women say men are complicated. So how do you feel about that? Because I
I think
think
they're really simple.
I think women are.
Your brain is literally A plus B
Yeah.
equals C. If you just figure that out, then
That's all.
hey, listen, what's the first that comes to your head when I say fish?
Goldfish.
I was gonna say tuna.
Oh.
Same general thing. It's still
It's
in the
just
thing.
it's
But
very.
if you ask a woman, you're like, yo, say fish, we're gonna start thinking of this whole big thing.
It's like-
but the thing is that like, I've had this thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is just my personal opinion. I personally do prefer male teachers. I feel like they speak to me best.
Yeah.
They tend to, because when I go to a male math teacher, A plus B equals C, they explain it very step by step, very orderly. This is how you do it. Done. And then typically when I go to a female teacher, this might just be like the energy is what I'm talking to about, like the feminine energy and the masculine energy, right? Masculine's very direct vision, like A plus B equals C. Feminine's very creative, very explanatory, very detailed, right? So I just find that it's too much when I and it almost confuses me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm learning these particular subjects and things, I like things just to be straightforward, and then from that straightforwardness, I find the interconnectedness. So I come to my own conclusions.
That's
right?
good.
So I find that I've always had. I think that guys are really easy to read, but that might also just be because trauma.
You've had a lot of experience with guys.
No, but like, I think that. Do you feel from your trauma that you're able to read people easily?
Yeah, I think that I'm
I feel like I
more so on the psychological side. And I was
100%.
I was talking to one of my coworkers at the bar, and like she has a lot of trauma, and I was like, and I told him like, I like to understand why people are the way they are based on their traumas.
Yes.
So her telling me about her trauma, and
But I feel like I can guess it. I look at someone, I'm just kind of like, oh, this is your trauma, and they're always like,
like,
the hell?
for
And I'm
example,
like,
she dyed her hair red, and
Okay.
she has tattoos everywhere. So I'm like, and she's a brown girl. So I'm like, she definitely has a lot of trauma, which she does. As she's talking about it, she has a lot of trauma.
We're just profiling people.
I am, 100%. You should stereotype people based on appearances.
No, I think that don't the police do that?
Yeah, they stereotype 100%. If you see a guy in a hoodie that's walking down a street at night,
Yeah.
obviously you're gonna be like, oh, that's a bit sketchy. So it's in that sense where in many situations, if you want to kind of go into the psychological part of it, you should definitely stereotype. If I see a guy in a suit and a nice watch, and he has his hair done all the time and whatever, clean shaven, and he's all these things, I can assume that he is probably successful and is oriented and stoic and all these things. If I see, again, like a woman that,
Or even if he's just faking it, at least he has a vision.
at least has a
Who he
vision.
wants to be.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
100%. So it's in that sense where you should stereotype people before you even talk to them. The pre-introduction of before you meet a person is
All
stereotype.
right. So for 2026, for males or male energies who feel very stoic,
Yeah.
how do you think they can overcome that?
Well, okay, I think a man should be stoic to a certain extent. Because we're not back in the days where you had to...
Just be Batman,
Yeah, I wish. Just James Bond.
That's
But
stoic.
we're not in the days of like the Greek times where if you love someone and another guy loves someone, you would fight to the death for like, you can't legally do that anymore. So it's not that
Would
sense
you
of-
want to? No.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be so much fun. But it's
Do a
this,
duel.
yeah, just duel to the death for a woman's love, and if you die, you die, and then you just move on into the afterlife. But it's a different type of stoicism, where now it's not so much like there's like a lot of factors in terms of, again, making money, in terms of caring yourself, caring for others, doing what it means, doing things that make you a man. So stoicism nowadays, I think it should be altered to a certain extent to where men should feel their emotions, but know how to react to how they feel. Like a lot of guys, again, they shut themselves off and they don't talk to anyone. And then I don't know if you have different experience with like your previous,
exes?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say, but in general,
No, I feel like I do know guys who do that.
they just shut themselves off from the world. Like I used to do that when I was younger, as like just a kid, and even in high school, where it's like, if I don't know, I got in trouble or like did something and I got yelled at, just shut myself off completely, and I don't want to talk to anyone, no matter who it is. But it's a sense of understanding, especially now. Like if I do something and I do something wrong, Example, let's just say getting a speeding ticket, which I shouldn't have gotten, but I was speeding. So then you gotta just deal with it. You gotta pay it. You gotta do all these things. As like, when I was 17, I got a speeding ticket, and I was just like so scared. And I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I went home and I went to bed because like I didn't want to deal with it. You know, so I would try to. That's what most people do. They don't want to deal with something, so they go to bed or they, you know, watch a movie or they do some sort of drugs
they
or
try
like
to escape.
they try to
not
escape
think
reality.
about it, but you actually have to deal with the emotions, and not push it down because it's actually doing a disservice to yourself.
It's a build-up.
For example, it's like if someone said something about you and you just stayed quiet in that circle and you didn't say anything about it. You're doing a disservice to yourself because you're continuing the disrespect to yourself instead of saying something. And that's a big thing that I have to even say for myself because, you know, I have a lot of experiences where people just like say stuff that just weren't okay. And sometimes I would speak up. Sometimes I'd be in a new environment. I'd be like, what's the code here? Are they joking? And so being able to speak up and to actually be able to deal with those emotions, even by saying it, if it's from a direct person, I like use a driving thing. So being able to write in a journal, journaling is very good. But if you start overthinking too much about it, sometimes therapy is an option. You
have to stand up. And I'll give you another example. Remember when we went to go play pool, just me and you?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it afterwards. I'm like, I should have like told this guy, like, what the fuck are you doing?
The one guy with the on the table?
Yeah, who put the coins on the table? Because we had to go anyways. But I was like, we'd played 2 games. And then the guy just came out of nowhere and just put the coins on the thing and I was like thinking about
for the next game.
Yeah, for the next game. And I was thinking about it while we were playing. I'm like, we have to leave anyways. But is he fucking stupid? He can see 2 people playing pool. Like that was afterwards going through my head. I'm like, is this guy a fucking idiot where he doesn't tell that, 2 people are playing? The kind thing to do is, hey, ask them, are you guys done? Or are you guys going for a few more games?
Oh, I do understand that, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've always seen those in movies. I've never had that in real life.
I really wish, I don't know why. No, but even he should have asked. If he asked, I would have been like, yeah, we're leaving right now. You're good to go. But he just put the coins on the top, which again, he's got to be fucking stupid because you asked someone. You know, we took the table, we got the table, we're playing pool, and you would ask someone.
We called 8 other pool places.
Yes, we called so many places, and we got a pool table here. And this fucking bald fuck, who's hanging out with 2 other women who don't even like him. I'm crashing out right now because I wish I said something. You
need to regulate your emotions.
No, this is good. This is me just processing.
Sometimes it's good to
you just gotta talk about it. And I really wish, because I was thinking about what I would have done. I would have been like, once he put the coins on, I would have, like, realistically, I would have taken up the coins and be like, bro, like, here you go. We're still playing another game. And then knowing him, because he was drinking, and I can, again, profiling, because he looked like a thug, wearing a big baggy sweater and all these things, and he was bald, and I'm like, we're still playing. And in my head, he probably would have gone aggressive, which I don't want. Like, you're there, and
that's the first thing that I thought in my mind.
Other women are there, so I'm like, I don't want something to happen. But it's that sense of, like, you can't be that stupid. You can't have, like, that low of awareness that, these guys are playing pool. Let me ask them. So for
self-improvement to 2026, just ask.
Just ask. Be kind. If that was me, I would have asked the guy, like, hey, like, are you guys done? Can we get the next game?
Yeah.
That's what I would assume everybody would do. But this fucker just came out of nowhere, put the coins on the table, and then, I mean, we had to leave anyways again. But the point,
no censorship here.
There's no censorship. The point, it's not about the act. It's about respect. You know, he saw us playing. He could have asked. He didn't. So I really wish I see that guy again. I don't remember what he looks like.
See, so there you go. That's the intent behind it. You're comfortable enough with me telling me.
Yeah, no, 100%.
No, but actually, intent goes a long way.
That
processes your emotions by sharing the intent.
Yeah.
Because what it meant to you was you felt disrespected.
Yeah.
And you got that by talking and regulating your emotions
and
that way.
I was like, I really
2026, talk about it. Your journal's always there. Your friend's always there. The friend gets a great story because I'm very entertained right now.
Yeah, I was
very animated,
I'm in good control of my emotions. And
Rawr! I'm in good control.
But just talking about this now to you and on the podcast, I'm like, that guy's a fucking idiot. Which women are hanging around that guy? Well, I don't know why there's 2 women hanging around him, but
your conclusion of things right now.
I'm in too deep right now. I gotta cool down a little.
Water.
But what would you say, like,
lemonade for you next time.
Yeah.
Straw.
What would you say is the equivalent for women in that sense? Where, let's say you do feel disrespected. I know we talked about standing up for yourself, but what is the after effect? Like, do you guys process it where like, I should have done this differently, or I would have stood up and said this?
100%. But I feel like it's always like an overthinking type of thing where it's like, you feel really bad, like internally.
Yeah.
And then you start overthinking it and you start thinking, okay, I could have said this, I could have done that, but it's not going to do anything. That's the thing. Thinking that almost causes an anxiety because you're thinking too much in the past when you need to be learning about it and doing things for the future. So that's when I actually start writing things down. I put it in my lifestyle contract. There's a relationship contract, there's a lifestyle contract. And I say, if this, then do that.
Yeah.
You know, if someone disrespects me, is it time to pull someone aside? Is it something to say to them in front of the group, being like, let's say we're in a group right now and you said something, I'd be like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
You know, just asking them. There's also, you know, power plays and stuff.
Certain places we can talk about it. And it's in that sense where I kind of wanted to touch on this as well is I've had this experience. You tell me, having like a group of friends and some are men and some are women. And the sense of more so of how to act certain ways with the specific guys and specific women. Example, like you, like me, our mutual friend, and you, like we talk a lot. You see how I talk to him and he talks to me. We talk shit to each other. We're saying a bunch.
It's so funny.
We're talking a bunch of stuff, just saying stupid shit as guys do because they're guys, and you just yell at you, call him a bitch. He calls you this, whatever. You're just going back and forth. Obviously, with you, even though you're comfortable with us and you're friends with us, I wouldn't call you a bitch because even though you know I'm joking,
I take off my slipper. You'll see my European side.
Exactly.
You know?
But it's that sense where if I call you a bitch.
But I can call myself a bitch. I do. I'm like, am I being a bitch?
Yeah. But even if I'm saying it to you as a joke, you wouldn't want that nonetheless, no matter what. Because
there's a certain boundary.
There's a boundary.
And I don't think any female likes being called that, especially with how things have progressed.
Yeah. 100%. So it's
how do you feel about me calling you a dick?
That's fine.
I think it's always funny.
I don't care.
Like, guys.
Do you know how many things I hear in a day where?
But I don't think that's the first time I called you that. Is it?
Probably.
I think it is. You just aren't.
I'm just not.
But you may be a condescending
jerk. Yeah.
You know?
It's true. I don't know if you saw that.
That's becoming an inside joke between us now.
It's just. Did you see the TikTok I sent in the group chat on iMessage?
Yeah, I did.
That one's funny because the guy is saying usually the jerks are the ones that
people.
the nicest and the ones that
nicest people are actually jerks.
Because if you're friends with everyone, you're not friends with anyone.
Jerks are honest.
Exactly. I am honest, and it's interesting that I saw that after.
The French are honest.
The French, they eat snails.
What do you mean by that?
One of their main dishes are just eating snails. Like they eat
Cabernet.
Not Cabernet. It's like some kind of like they eat snails. I'll show you, but
I need you to show me this.
I'll show you, but no, the French are honest though. I remember my French teacher. She was mean. In middle school, and I'm like, bro, I'm 12 years old. Why am I learning? Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes? Pretty good. That's all I remember from French class. But
that sounded good.
Thank you.
You just gotta whisper that in someone's ear.
Oh yeah, she's like, do you speak French? And I'm like, yeah. And then
you're like, come here.
Come here.
And there's like two little whisks behind.
It's like, est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes? And then she's like, why the fuck do you need to use the bathroom right now? That's what you called me here for? If she knows, she's going to know. I think everybody has an understanding that's... Everybody used that to get out of French class. Everyone knows what that means.
No, I never did. I was a very good student.
Oh, even in high school.
I never even skipped a class.
You never skipped class?
Never skipped
I would skip class with my mom's approval. I would message her, be like, can I skip this period? She's like, why? I'm like, there's a substitute teacher. She's like, okay. And then I would just leave.
Best time.
So much fun. My mom was great when I was even in high school. And she was just She was like, at least get 70s and then you're good. And I was pretty average, like 80. Yeah. I averaged 80.
Honor roll it.
Yeah, I got honor roll. So
yeah.
I was like, okay, but it's just like school just sucks.
So for 2026, process your emotions, whether verbally, with the journal.
Yeah. Physically, by going like, your emotions need to leave your body.
Working out's very good.
Working out,
you were gonna say something else.
No. I was trying
physically,
hoorah, yeah, just fight someone. But yes, self-improvement.
Write in your relationship contract how you're gonna deal with conflict, even with your partner.
Don't yell at each other.
Or even for yourself, when conflict comes to you individually, whether someone be saying something to you in a group, individually, know how you're gonna deal with that. Write that in your lifestyle contract.
And I get it. Confrontation's a big thing. People don't like confrontation because they want things to go smoothly.
You know what I call it? I call it my 1, 2, 3 breath. I go, and then that
you say it.
1, 2, 3. You just be like, can I take a moment with you? And the thing is, like, my face likes to go flush a little bit, and so depending on like the pressure,
or who it is. Like, imagine you got to stand up to me and tell, like...
That hasn't happened since high school that used to happen. I used to have a flushed face getting confrontation because I never saw how to deal with confrontation because, I mean, for my parents, that never happened. Yeah. I never saw it. I only saw it. You see on TV people yelling at each other, and that's not an accurate representation of how you should healthily deal with. Also, at the same time, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a therapist. I have a company of these things, but talk to a therapist.
I'm not either, but take my advice. My life's great.
Yeah, you condescend, new jerk,
right? It's just, I think I know almost what's best for most people. Most people don't even know what's best for themselves.
That is true. So get yourself friends who are accountable in 2026.
Keep you accountable.
Yes, exactly. You can even actually like ask people if you want them to be your accountability partner and actually start it. So if I say, call me at 8 a.m., which you almost did once, but I woke up early before that. So even sometimes like for me, just like telling people like, oh, like do this and like call me at this point, I'll wake up actually before then.
Yeah. Because it really is that simple. A plus B does equal C.
There you go.
If someone asks me, how do I get in shape? Go to the gym, eat healthy equals better body.
Hemp hearts.
Yeah.
Hemp hearts are awesome.
It's chia seeds. Flax seeds. It's just very, at least for me, how I see it, life, again, it's very simple. You just do the equations. You do 1 + 1 = 2.
So on this 2026, A plus B equals C.
Yeah.
And remember your quadratic formula.
Life isn't that difficult. People just make it difficult because they want drama.
A little drama's fun.
Inherently, they want drama. They might not say it, but they want something. They always want spice in their life.
Tastefulness.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a good Latina.
Everyone loves some good spice. And then when she's yelling at you and you're just like, wow, she's so pretty. As I'm getting yelled at by a Latina, I'm like, so what? I didn't hear anything. But no, it's that sense where self-improvement should be your focus in 2026. If you don't want to get a relationship, improve your money, improve your physical.
Work on yourself.
Work on yourself. Work on your body. Work on fixing yourself.
And by knowing your standards, so keeping your lifestyle contract, your relationship contract, be able to develop those. That's my favorite thing about being single. When you're single, you develop your contract.
Yeah.
And then when you're in a relationship, you're able to see what works, what doesn't, how you're able to adapt things and modify the actualities of it. But also know that even though you may be modifying, adapting things, does not mean that you be lenient on your standards or on your values or your beliefs, right? Yeah.
You want to end it off here?
Yeah. Go to church on Sundays.
Go to church on Sundays or whatever religion you are. Just be one with the God. All right. That's it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.
I couldn't think of a quote. That's what I was thinking.
I was trying to think of a quote myself.
I know, me too.
Because I didn't have the paper with me. So I was like, how much time do we have? But it's okay. New year, we'll get one. I'll print out the paper next week.
You get 2 quotes next week.
You get 2 quotes next week from each. Just 4 quotes in total. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.